What's up, guys? I'm your coach, Matty J, and today I want to take you through exactly how I help one of my clients, Shawn, shed over 40 pounds in about 16 weeks. He actually ended up losing 60 pounds over 6 months, and how that ended up saving his marriage. And we did this all without a highly restrictive diet and getting him back to where he could move pain-free. Before we dive in, my name is Matty J, and I'm going to break down exactly how I helped Shawn drop over 60 pounds of fat and help prevent him from going through a divorce. Before I begin, please could you put your phone on Do Not Disturb, could you close your other tabs, and share your full undivided attention with me as we go through this entire process, okay? It's just gonna be just a little moment in time. If I can have your full undivided attention, that'd be amazing. Last thing, just check out this confidence transformation right here. Obviously, like in his before photo, he was extremely uncomfortable taking a picture of himself. He's got that annoying belly fat, and it's just looking right back at him in the mirror, and you can kind of tell he looks pretty sad too. Boom, he's in the gym in a public setting. You know, obviously his physique looks great, but he's hitting a bodybuilding pose. He's not even a bodybuilder, and he's smiling, and he just had the confidence to do that. Most people don't even have the confidence to do something like that. So I think it's pretty cool to go from no confidence to the utmost confidence. Who is this for? Okay, so this is for if you want more energy and enthusiasm to help strive for your ambitions, this is for you, okay? If you're tired of making jokes about your weight, or you're always the butt end of a fat joke, and you know you want to do something about it, this is for you. If you want the confidence to be more social, have a more active dating life, you know, re-sparking the intimacy in your marriage, or pursue deeper desires and ambitions. Maybe you've always wanted to start a business, but you just didn't have the confidence to go do it. This is for you. If you want to be admired by your family members and enjoy a long life filled with special moments, you know, not miss out on any moments with the kids, always be able to kind of participate and be active with them. If you don't want to miss out on those moments, this program is for you, okay? And if you want the confidence to share your opinions, to handle authority, and to be a leader in organizations, this program is for you. Who is this not for? If you're a person that wants instant gratification, you are capable of going without a reward or seeing results for an extended period of time, and you need instant gratification, this program is not for you, okay? If you have a negative mentality about personal development, if you think motivational quotes and stuff is cheesy or cliche, or you think trying hard or putting effort is not cool, well then this ain't for you. Go be cool somewhere else. This isn't for you, okay? If you find humor in not taking care of yourself and not having self-discipline because you have very little self-respect for yourself, hey, this ain't for you, okay? If you just want to try, if you just want to give weight loss a try, but you're not really going to commit to becoming the best person that you can be and maximizing the results you can get with a lifestyle change, then this is not for you. There's plenty of other things to go try. There's 30-day diets, whatever. There's a lot of things you can try. This is not one of those things. So if you're not a person trying to commit and give it your all, this is not for you, okay? And then if you don't feel like investing in your personal health and development is a priority, this is not for you. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't find it important, but maybe it's just not an important part of your life right now. I completely understand that. But this probably isn't for you. This is going to take some focus. This is going to take some dedication and some personal accountability. If you're not in a partner in your life where you can focus on this, I I would just say, yeah, this probably is not for you, okay? Like I said, this is not something to try. This is something you give it your all and you have the most success you can get from this. Before I get into it, let me talk about a limiting belief that you need to protect yourself from if you've already made it this far, okay? It's not a good time for me to focus on my fitness goals. I don't have enough time to work out and follow a meal plan. To those two things, I would say, when is the right time? Okay, so like, if you're already overweight, if you're already unhappy with your lifestyle, if you're already unhappy with your habits and you know that they need to be better and that a lot of other things would be better in your life if you could fix those things, what's the point of waiting? If you're 60 pounds overweight and you need to lose 60 pounds, why wait and gain another 5 so so we can lose 60? It just doesn't add up, okay? When life speeds back up, how are you going to be prepared? How are you going to be able to stick to the habits? And definitely, we want to create an environment that makes it a smooth process to build these habits. But realistically, life is going to get in the way sometimes, and it's going to challenge you. And you need to be prepared for that, and you need to already have these habits. Now, here's the truth. You can absolutely transform your chub, your pudge, your belly fat into a six-pack. However, most people don't get the results they want, or they can't maintain their physique because they don't understand how to build workout plans that are going to continually progress their body and continually challenge their physical capabilities. Okay? They don't necessarily know how to manipulate their macronutrients, manipulate their micronutrients, and their calorie intake. That way they can optimize their bodies to turn them into fat-burning machines. When you combine all these things together, you can actually have your body in a state to burn fat. You can create a fat-burning furnace, as I like to say. Okay? And then the last thing, and the most common thing, is most people, they just really can't hold themselves accountable to becoming the person that they desire to be. They have this vision of what life should look like, but we tend to let ourselves down and let it be okay that we didn't miss it. And I'm here to tell you that if you have a vision for a better life, to prosper, to be healthy, to be in great shape, then you owe it to yourself to see that all the way through. Okay? I promise you, on the other side, life is way better. And if you want that person to be you, I'll show you exactly how to optimize your body to perform all the fundamental movements of the body without any pain. It's going to allow you to continue pushing yourself in the gym, but avoiding any injuries accumulating as you start building muscle, okay? How to turn your body into a fat-burning furnace. I'll show you exactly what you need to do with your diet as well with the training program. That way your body is burning fat for you while you're not in the gym. Okay? And then how to eat so that you get results and you can enjoy your food. Real quick, in case you don't know me, here's my story. In 2015, I was on my way. I was about to sign a D1 scholarship, play football. That was my dream my whole childhood, played ball for a long time. On my senior year, mid-season, all I need to do is finish that season, get some tape. I got rolled up on my ankle, tried to come back multiple times. What ended up happening, I got hurt every time I came back on the field. Okay, come to find out, these are all things were 100% avoidable. Had I probably been implementing the right things as far as taking care of my body, I probably could have avoided these injuries. A huge part of what inspired me to not only get in shape myself, but to help other people want to prevent that happening for other people. Now, after I had those surgeries and what felt like career-ending injuries, I was lost. I went down a path. I was binge eating, I was drinking alcohol, and pretty soon I was no longer Matty J. I was known as Fatty J, which is pretty embarrassing. Okay? In the fall of 2015, I had managed to sign on with this little Division III school. I was just like, I didn't know anything else besides football, so I'm like, I'm gonna just go sign somewhere to play football. I don't even care. But I was kind of working out and getting ready to go play football. Still kind of doing some things with old buddies like that weren't necessarily serving me at that time. But I told myself, yo, when I go to Abilene, when I go out to college, I'm going to reinvent myself. I didn't know who that person was going to be. I didn't know what that person looked like. I didn't know who that person was going to become, but I knew I needed to change who I saw in the mirror. And if I did that, then I would have the confidence to move forward with whatever I wanted to do in my life. Okay? So in just 1 year, I was studying kinesiology and I was obviously on the football team, but I would just apply what I was learning in class and I would go to the gym. So I would do the football workouts plus hit my own workouts. Sometimes I was working out 3 times a day. Okay? Not necessarily saying I would recommend that, but I just went all in on my personal transformation. In a matter of a year, I did my first bodybuilding show, and then later on in 2016, I actually ended up winning my pro card. Now I've gone on to do multiple pro shows, and you see I'm wearing a pro bodybuilder shirt right now. I've done 12 shows in total, and won a few titles while I was doing that. Okay. Pretty soon after having success early in bodybuilding, I actually had to move back to San Antonio to help support my mother. She was ill at the time, and I got a personal training job. So I started working at LA Fitness. I got certified real quick, and immediately I was making a difference. I was getting different clients from trainers getting passed over to me and stuff, but immediately I was helping clients lose weight, but I was kind of coming across an issue with them every time. So I had started my own transformation with bodybuilding. So like any new trainer, I was just kind of doing what worked for me with other people. And not always is that the right thing that you need to do. You're gonna see an aspect of this plan. Having an individualized plan is very important. So not only were people starting to like kind of get hurt outside the gym because they were getting so stiff from the weightlifting, but like they were just having like a bad relationship with lifted weights. And then on top of that, like, you know, I was a brand new bodybuilder, so I was providing the blandest meal plans, just kind of like hardcore. So a lot of times, like, I could help my clients lose weight, but they were ending up gaining that weight back because the meal plans I had created for them weren't sustainable. Okay, so I knew I had to change my philosophy on training. I knew I had to change my philosophy on nutrition, and that is when I came up with the Rad Lifestyle program. I developed this program obviously from my own trial and error after spending years working with hundreds of clients, studying outside of mainstream science, and creating the platform, you know, to implement this program with everybody. So yeah, lots of hours in different books, different nutritional philosophies, trying these things on myself as well as with other people, and ultimately creating what I found, or what I know to be called, the Rad Lifestyle program. Okay, now I'm going to break down exactly how everything works in the program. In the following steps, I'll outline the entire process I go through with every client to get them life-changing results while moving pain-free. So when it comes to achieving any goal, it's gonna boil down to these 3 critical pillars, okay? Everyone's going to need an individualized plan. In this case, what that means is breaking down how the nutrition, the workouts, the training, and physiology fits into your lifestyle already, is something that you can sustain and something that serves you, okay? So we have different phases of the program where we're trying to achieve different objectives, and ultimately by achieving that, by the end of the time we're done, not only do you have a better relationship with your personal health and working out and staying in shape, but you're also at a completely different level than where you started. Maybe even doing some things that you never even thought you could do before. Okay. Second is the mindset, behavior change, and we got to build some good habits. This is really the key to unlocking the lasting transformation. Not just losing the 60 pounds, but keeping the 60 pounds off. And in this part of the program, I'm helping you kind of get a better relationship with your thought processes about eating healthy, working out, and just doing all the little things that are going to make you successful. Okay. And then the third thing is accountability. Ultimately, this is necessary to ensure that you're getting results. If you're going to be investing any time and money in this, I will be making sure that your investment is going to be, you're going to get the return on your investment. And I mean, we're going to do this a couple different ways. Obviously, we have some tools that are going to help you stay accountable. You're going to have some access to me that's going to help you stay accountable. And then we're going to cultivate some self accountability as well, and even teach you how to have fun with making sure that you are achieving your goal. In phase one, our main goal is to improve your energy level. So one, we just want you to start feeling better. Okay, we're gonna improve your basic blood work, lower the blood pressure, lower blood cholesterol. We're going to improve your mobility and flexibility. We're going to increase your cardiovascular endurance and your muscular endurance. And we're just focused on establishing good habits. In phase two, we are going to start leveraging intentional stress. So now that you feel better and you feel more capable to endure certain exercises, we're going to start basically testing your body's ability to go through all the 7 fundamental movements of the body. And in this point, we're going to focus on technique, focus on building muscle endurance, okay? And then we're gonna start introducing some progressions, kind of working on your muscle endurance. Phase 3, this is where we're going to master movement, okay? So by phase 3, you already have a good amount of mobility, stability, muscle endurance, and muscle strength. So now we're starting to implement some power and coordination, okay? So this is where we're going to start increasing the intensity of our workouts, as well as challenging our body's ability to nearly propriocept, as well as contracting muscles. And then we're just sharpening the details on all the fundamental movements and making sure that we're doing those really well and implementing some of the highest progressions for those movements. In phase 4, our focus is now to take everything that we've built to maximize our intensity and maximize our efficiency. That way we can get the most calorie burn and get our body in that fat burning state and in that muscle building state. And then this is where we're going to become unrecognizable. So by phase 4, if you've successfully went through the past 3, you're probably going to be doing exercises you either haven't done in 10 plus years, or maybe you never even thought you could ever do again. Okay? You don't have any of those pains that you started with, and you're pushing your body harder than you've ever pushed it before, but you're not even feeling the pain that you used to feel when you were trying to work out on your own. Before we go into the second pillar, I just want to kind of give you a quick run through of how we can change our behaviors. So behavior is governed by your beliefs. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the rider-elephant path analogy, but basically your rider is your rational self, as a person that analyzes situations and chooses the direction that you want to go with your life. The elephant, though, is the emotional side of yourself. So this is the one that's going to tend to do what you feel like doing. So sometimes what we feel like doing doesn't necessarily align with the direction that our rider wants us to go. So being that this emotional side of us is so massive and so big, representing the elephant, that a lot of times, no matter what the rider wants to do, will steer us where we want to go. Now, how we get the rider and the elephant in sync is through the path. And in this path, we want to make it the shortest as possible, and we want to remove any obstacles, okay? So how we're gonna do that here is, it's time for you to understand that all these narratives about not having time, about you can't lose fat because of your genetics, or you can't build a certain body because of your genetics. Oh man, I had a tough upbringing, so that's why I eat like this, because it just helps me, get through some trauma that I've had, or any past failures. Okay, all those things that have been holding you back, we're going to remove those. They do not define you. Those things happen, but what you continue to do now and the actions you take now are what's actually going to define you as a person and your legacy. Okay? So how do we go about reframing our mindset and actually getting these behaviors to change? So there's a 3-step process of how we figure out and build awareness around certain behaviors that we already have, and then create new ones. So first is pattern recognition. So you're kind of in this part right now. You're already watching this video. You're already recognizing, I need to do something about my self-image, my weight, whatever it is, my health. And you've already recognized that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start using those negative moments in your life that trigger you. So that's pattern utilization. So we're gonna find out what your triggers are, what's triggering you to eat, what's triggering you not to work out, what's triggering you to downward spiral in your thought process and develop a negative headspace. Okay, and when we figure out what those triggers are, we're going to start implementing new behaviors that you would do. So maybe if you're triggered by something and it caused you to behave negatively, we're gonna replace that negative behavior with a positive behavior, okay? And over time, what's gonna happen is we're gonna start actually creating new patterns, and we're gonna do this not only through obviously replacing behaviors, but changing your relationship with how you think about eating and how you think about training. So when we're going through this together, we're gonna have to reframe your mindset, and we're just gonna have to start stacking the little wins, stacking the habits, okay? Instead of having thoughts like, I can't eat this, it's going to be, I choose to eat healthy because I want this, because I have this goal, because my kids are gonna look up to me because I'm eating healthier, or because my wife is going to respect me and she's going to take care of herself, okay? So changing those narratives in our mind is a big way that it makes it a lot easier for us to make sure that we're getting in our workouts or eating the right thing, because we're not torturing ourselves. We're making conscious, good choices, okay? And the narrative, I have to work out, to I want to work out. I want to work out because I want to look my best. I want to feel my best, and I want to do that because that makes me feel good about me. And that is what you want, ultimately. Why wouldn't you want to feel good about yourself? So finally, with the third pillar, we are going to be holding ourselves accountable. And we're going to do this a number of different ways. So obviously, we're relying on the data, right? Numbers never lie. So we're going to be looking at weight and body composition every week to week to make sure that we're hitting the small goals that we set together, okay? Also on our coaching calls, we're going to be evaluating how well you're executing on your workouts and your nutrition plan, and then adjusting things as needed. That way it fits into your lifestyle better, okay? And then at the same time, we're going to start cultivating some self-accountability. And the ways we're going to do this is by eliminating justification. We're going to start accepting the choice, so a little self-acceptance, and then this is going to eliminate that all or nothing mentality. Like, I'm going all or I'm doing nothing. When really, we just need to implement this to our lifestyle. That way, something is getting done, we're getting 1% better, every single day. That's what's going to create the lasting success. So what I mean by eliminating justification is, it's like, say it's your friend's birthday and you're like, oh man, I'm not going to, it's okay if I drink tonight. It's okay if I do this because it's this person's birthday. So what we want to eliminate is just like you having to like feel guilty about things. Ultimately, I just want you to make the choice. Make the choice and be okay with it. That way, because a lot of times when you feel this guilt, what happens is you eat or drink way more than you thought you were going to or anticipated to. So if you're a little bit more accepting of the choice, like, yep, it's birthday and I already know what time it is, I'm probably gonna have a drink tonight, and you just accept it. But you know, like the next day, you're gonna be right back on what you're doing. You're gonna be more likely to not overdo it, but also it's gonna be much easier for you to get back on the right track that next time, the next event. Ultimately, consistency is what separates us all in the end. We don't need you to be perfect, but if we can be consistent, then we can create a lifestyle change. So when we put these 3 pillars together, this is the type of results you can expect. It was actually pretty awkward with me working with Shawn. Him and his wife were just not in a good place at the time. They both had negative mindsets. They both were out of shape. And I was working with them both separately, and they were both saying, things about their marriage that, didn't look pretty at the time. And what's beautiful is after they both got in shape, I'm not saying that's 100% the reason why that saved their marriage, but I definitely think there was a mindset shift towards more optimistic way of thinking, more positive way of thinking. Obviously, I think them having better physiques and looking better, looking their best, added some spark to their intimacy, okay? And then ultimately, I just think they grew together as they were doing this. So I think that's a beautiful thing. As a coach, that's all I could ask for. Is I just want to make all of you way more confident. I want to create a life-changing transformation. I want you to not be able to recognize yourself at the end of doing this program and feel good doing that. And then I want you to continue keeping all these good habits that you've built throughout this program. So I'm really looking forward to speaking with you more and talking about how this can implement into your life.